Welcome back to the Black Sheep Podcast. I'm your host. Not high, not dry. Wait.
Not dry?
Not high and dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jessica. Beautiful wife Jen to my left.
1 year sober. 1 year for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I gave up wine after last year's Christmas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for the listening audience, if you don't like today's episode, it's because I'm not high. And I haven't been high in going on 12 days now. This is day 12. No weed. Why, you ask? Well, I had a cold. I had some kind of a chest cold for only like a day, which was weird. It was almost like it wasn't a real cold. It was almost like it was universal. It was weird. And I just had no desire to smoke because I just didn't feel like smoking, obviously. And then I've had this deep urge to not for a while because I know that it's... I smoke a lot, people. Like, you have to unpack that first. Like, ever since I got the bump box, which is the greatest invention of all time / the worst invention of all time, it's been nonstop. Like...
Well, and when we grow an abundance of it.
Growing it yourself and then having the ability to roll 34 joints at a time. And then the thing is when I first got the bump box, it was like, okay, that would be a month's worth of joints, 1 joint a day, right? But then within a few months of that, it turned into like a half month where it would be like I'm halfway through the month, I got to roll, which means 2 joints a day. And then I was rolling 34 sativas and then 34 indicas, and then it could be, 3 to 4 a day, sometimes more. And these are blunts. This is 1 1/4. Like, these are not like little tiny joints. So,
well, your tolerance was up pretty high when you smoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just could feel sometimes at night before I would go to bed, I would have to hide it because I wouldn't want Jen to hear it, but she would hear it. But I would like wheeze. I'd be and I thought like, oh God, this is really not good. And I did convince myself. So let me just rewind. When I was like 23 and I quit smoking cigarettes, I was dating Brian number 1 at the golf course, and he used to smoke a lot of weed, way more than I did. And then I decided that I would just roll little tiny joints, and that's how I would quit smoking cigarettes. I would replace the cigarettes with joints.
Right.
Which seemed like a really good idea at the time, but I never got away from the oral fixation of wanting to have a cigarette. I think that's half the problem with me is that
it's the
I
habit.
smoked
You
joints
like the
because
habit.
I want to smoke.
Yeah.
I love cigarettes. In fact, I'm thinking about, you don't know about this yet, but I'm thinking about picking up a new habit.
Oh, good.
Tobacco, like chewing tobacco.
So we're going to replace the tobacco with the weed
nicotine.
Back to the tobacco?
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of research about nicotine, and nicotine's not bad. And I think that, again, we got all this, complications with the tobacco industry and that smoking was bad for you. And I think, smoking is probably bad for you, but the nicotine's not bad for you that's in tobacco.
I just think anything
You don't get throat cancer from chewing tobacco. You can get mouth cancer from chewing tobacco. But again, I'm not starting to chew tobacco at 16 and you know what I mean? And I think, again, you have to be pretty crazy of a chewing tobacco person to.
I think there's 2 factors though. One is the production of the tobacco or the weed, which we grow everything ourselves. So nothing's sprayed. There's no chemicals. It's organic. How it's been cared for and handled, the energy of it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the other part is that anything in excess is not
that's
always
my problem.
In balance then.
I'm excess everything. If I pick up a habit, I'm picking it up. So anyway, so I don't know. Anyway, I've been wanting to cut back for a long time, and this has just been what I needed to, get me going. I'm not saying that I'm not intending to try to quit forever. Like I hope you don't think that. I never said that. I have no intention of never smoking weed again. I just am really glad that I broke the habit of some really crazy habits, actually, like getting up every morning, not feeling good. And I think it was because I'm not high. I'm going through withdrawal, so I'd need to smoke a joint. Like it just became this very perpetual cycle.
It was like coffee, like getting off coffee, the habit, and then going through withdrawal.
Well, part of that was I would drink a coffee, get so amped up from the caffeine that I'd need a joint to bring me down.
Yeah, you were self-medicating.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that was that. And when I cut the coffee out, it wasn't like I needed weed, but like the anxiety sometimes that I have, that would just be my go-to. I would just think,
it was the habit.
I need that. Yeah. And anyways, the last couple weeks has been pretty incredible because I'm not really feeling that. I'm not waking up in the morning feeling, there have been a few mornings where I've, at the beginning, but I'm not really feeling that anymore. And I'm no longer feeling the need to smoke, which is crazy.
Really interesting insights you've gained.
Like it's not like I'm, like you've been with me. It's not like I'm jonesing. No. Like I need a joint. Like it's been amazing how the opposite of that I've been, in my opinion.
Yep. So. And even like we've had conflict, and you might run out to the shop and go smoke a joint.
Well, I wouldn't run.
I'd
walk.
You'd walk out to the shop, whatever.
I very casually walk.
Right, but you didn't, right? Like even,
and I've got 34 rolled right there, sitting there waiting for me.
Mm-hmm. So you're regulating yourself so much better as a result, and you're dreaming, and you're recalling your dreams.
That's the other crazy thing. Like my dreams have come back crazy in the last 2 weeks.
You're remembering them. Yeah, it's really cool to see. Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting, actually.
A lot of different insights. And I think, smoking Santa Maria in sacred ceremony or in a way that's not used as a vice is beautiful medicine.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't have any intention of never smoking again. That wasn't my goal. My goal wasn't even to break a habit. It was just to kind of clean myself out maybe a little bit.
Yeah, to clear out your lungs.
But now I feel like I actually have broken the habit of the desire of wanting it all the time.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
So, thank you.
Yeah, really proud of you because it's offered a lot of insights even around like food and eating.
Well, that's the other thing. This is fucked up. I've actually not been eating a lot. Not like I haven't been eating, but it put like a lot together for me why I eat the way I eat is because I'm high. So when I'm not high, that's a whole other story. Is like I'm not hungry, which isn't good. I'm not saying that's good. I'm just saying I'm now having to relearn and my body has to re-regulate itself into and there has been days where I'm hungry and I'm eating and that's great, but I'm not at nighttime snacking and it's just incredible the difference in the shifts and it's pretty interesting. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah.
It's been very insightful, and I think it's part of ending this year for you in a really good way because it's like all this kind of clearing out of the old is happening. Yeah. Notice that definitely in the past little bit, but it's like kind of like a purge of all of our old habits are coming to the surface to just kind of be cleared away.
In the last 5 years, I have quit hockey content. Like hockey content consumed my life. If I wasn't watching hockey, I was listening to every podcast about hockey.
Following hockey players' lives. Like you were a huge Leafs fan.
So like gross.
When I met you, it was all, I was like, another game's on tonight? Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I've quit hockey and hockey content. I've quit caffeine, which is fucking crazy. And I haven't smoked weed. And I always said, like, don't ever talk about taking coffee or weed away. Like, I'm okay with, like, doing other things and changing and shifting, but those are non-negotiables for me.
And here you are, feeling really good without them.
Yeah.
Fascinating, eh?
Which I feel like now I could go away on vacation better. Because I feel like that held me back sometimes from vacationing. Right?
Usually...
Well, when we went to Nicaragua was the last vacation for our honeymoon that we went on, and I had weed lined up. Our driver picked us up from the airport. The first thing he does is turn back and hand me a pipe, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" It was amazing. But then he didn't have like I don't think he knew how much of a weed smoker I was. So whatever he gave me was not going to last me for the 10 days we were there. So I had to buy weed from this random creepo on the beach, and it was 100% laced with
coke.
I don't think it was coke. I think it was fentanyl. Like, I don't know, but
and
we had fucked up, and I had to ride a motorcycle that day, and
we rented motorcycles that day and had oversized helmets on, and we're trying to figure out how to get Lego through the village. And then we had to ride on the beach on the sand to get over to another.
I remember when the guy that was renting me the motorcycle gave me the keys, and he was like, you know what, you're okay. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm okay. I went through a stop sign. Like, it was brutal. And that's kind of scary, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah, and we rode to the top of like a giant hill for this beautiful scenic view.
It was a mountain.
It was a mountain, and it was like pebble stones, like going up.
But it also goes to show my incredible fucking versatility as a rider, because to be able to ride up that and down on fucking fentanyl or whatever the fuck I was on,
with our helmets turning as we're driving up.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and we didn't drop our bikes at all. No accidents. We were great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my big news. No weed. Going on 2 weeks. I don't know, when I kind of do want to smoke a joint just to like... Sometimes I feel like it's good to do that, because you may smoke it and then be like, oh, actually... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you might smoke it and be like, oh yeah, this is good. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what that's going to feel like.
That was the same experience I had when I was like kind of weaning off of wine, because I used to love wine, wanted to own a winery, really appreciated wine, good wine. And I actually, the more I sat with plant medicines, the more my vibration changed so much that my body just rejected it completely. But I would have a glass here and there with like friends or special dinner or whatever. But my body, like every time I drink, I could feel my vibration go down.
Right.
But I needed that reminder of like, oh yeah, that's what this feels like. I don't feel great on it.
Right.
I don't feel good within my body, and I have to work harder to bring my vibration back up after.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's like never a regression or, we're falling back in our progress. We need that reminder. We need that lesson again of like, oh yeah, this is what it feels like when I experience that again.
Yeah.
But I think if you're to smoke weed again, it's going to be held in a completely different way. The relationship with it's changing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever want, I know I would never want to go back to where I was.
Yeah.
It was a total addiction. There's like, and I think that's the other problem with weed, is somewhere down the road, there was this consensus that you couldn't get addicted to weed. And for the most part, like Bob Saget said, no one's ever sucked dick for weed. Okay? So, I mean...
Did he say that?
He did say that in a movie. It's in a movie. I can't think of what movie it is, but...
That's so funny.
It's kind of a true statement. Like, so...
I remember using weed as a vice when I was in the end of high school, going to university. Yeah. It was not healthy. My relationship with it was not healthy.
No. But like the addiction's not that. Obviously, the addiction to alcohol would be worse. Coming off of alcohol is one of the most deadly
substances.
What do you call it when you're withdrawal? It's one of the most deadly withdrawals that there is alcohol. Yeah. So obviously, it's not comparative in that way. But I was 100% addicted to the oral aspect of it and the habit.
Just
the
like
feeling of it, the calming, and I'm not even sure if it did calm me down. I'm not really sure.
Well, I think we're learning that, right? That's part of clearing.
One thing I haven't given up on is pee on my face. I'm still rocking that every day. Yeah, FYI. It's in the bathroom. When you come up later, you'll see it.
2024 has been a good year of pee on the face. And healing our chickens with pee.
Yes.
We've healed chickens with pee.
Several chicken illnesses have been healed with pee. Yeah. Yeah.
Any other reflections? This episode is our last one for this year of 2024. And I think it's our 24th or 25th episode this year. Really? More than that? This year? No, because we do one every other week. There's 54 weeks.
This is like episode 60 something.
Episode 60. I don't remember when we started, but it's been a really great year of podcasting with you, Jess. It's been vulnerable. Entertaining, and challenging, because it brings up our own masks that we wear, and letting them go to be truly seen and heard. And I do feel that podcasting has been eye-opening in our own relationship, because it challenges us significantly. Just even preparing, what are we going to talk about? What do we want to go through? Do we have boundaries with this? Do we not have boundaries with this?
Well, generally, you don't talk about boundaries until the podcast is over.
Yeah.
And then you want to talk about the boundaries that I've crossed. And it's like, well, look, I'm always looking to cross the line. And so if I don't know where the fucking line is, it's going to get crossed.
I don't know where the line is until you've crossed it.
Right. That's fair. But I'm always going to cross it. So, there's just, you should know that.
Anyways, I guess that's part of being married and doing this type of stuff, is that that's going to bring up our own shit too. And that we have to work through and clear out and come to resolution and repair. So if anything, it's also helped our marriage quite a bit, because it's just this raw vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah. 24 episodes this year.
26 total. We started in 2023, 06, 08.
So how many altogether?
60 something?
60 some?
No, 36.
36. Oh, 36 episodes altogether.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I'm really proud of that.
Well, you were way the fuck off, Laura.
Way the fuck off, yeah.
And I mean, unfortunately, 36 episodes isn't going to be enough to move the needle in the podcasting world.
Consistency.
Yeah.
We need to be consistent.
You got to be putting out like a podcast at least every couple of days, or you're just not going to get them. Like even like guys like Tucker will say, like, if I'm not putting out an episode every few days, I fall. The numbers fall. It's just,
interesting.
It's just hard. It's just, because there's always somebody that's going to be putting out more than you. So you have to stay consistent with that. But anyway.
If we want to expand our audience in that way, and to really start to put that energy into this and produce more, I think it's possible, because I think 2025 is going to bring some shifts for my work and my freedom of time.
What about Alora's freedom of time?
You have, it will work. Yeah. If it's meant to be, it will be.
Yeah. Okay.
You should ask the audience what they
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll put this out to the audience. What would you like? Do you want one episode a week? Do you want more episodes than that a week? Are you good with one every other week?
Yeah.
Do you want guest speakers
Maybe
on?
we'll do a survey at the end of today. We'll put
Yeah.
one out and see what people think. Yeah.
What do you want to hear more of? Or what do you want to hear that we haven't discussed? I do like the educational part of, like, we do try to bring a lot of information to share that forward. And we always bring information that is from our own experience, which is important, because we don't like to, we walk our talk. And just like in my private practice, I don't give advice if I don't live it myself. Because it's not authentic. It's not real.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's definitely aspects to it, and that's true. But anyway, I'd like to do more, but sometimes I find the topics that you want to do boring, if I'm being honest.
I think, honestly, I agree. Well, not about my topics, but I'm thinking ahead than what I'm saying. I agree that there's more topics that Jess wants to share and talk about that you haven't brought to the table.
Your spirituality stuff is cool, and I like it, and it's great. But it's just...
We got to get into MK Ultra stuff. We got to get into
so much more that I am interested in, and sometimes I find myself I'm here, I'm engaged, but this is like just a total selfish thing because it's the topics that I choose that I'm more engaged in versus the topics that you choose that I'm less engaged in.
Well, and we have to be that balance, right? We both we need to have that equality in that. And I think for the year 2025, it's going to be more of a balance with you bringing your diverse topics to the table because you have a wealth of knowledge in a variety of different areas that you could talk about for hours on end.
Like, have you finished Chaos yet? No, not yet. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, see, so you have lots of wonderful interests that you want to share. And I think because 2025 is going to be a year of collective sharing, like information sharing, even more so because it's about collective energy. And so your knowledge is going to be shared even more. And I'm actually like really excited to hear more about Tartaria and MK Ultra. Politics.
And there's also a new documentary that I actually haven't watched yet that I'm excited to watch. It's on Tucker Carlson's network. He helped produce it, or it's on Fauci. Yeah. Can you look it up? Can you look up the name? Because I want to tell people because it's out now. I think it came out on the 20th, maybe, or the 21st. We could watch that tonight, or maybe we should watch a Christmas movie. It's Christmas Eve tonight. So, but anyway, it's okay, so just touching on that very, very briefly, it's basically about, do you remember anthrax after 9/11? Do you remember the anthrax? Do you remember what that was?
No.
Okay, so after 9/11, there was a terrorist who sent anthrax in the mail to government agencies, okay?
Yeah.
And terrified the world. So the world's already, and North America in particular, is already on eggshells because of 9/11. Thank you, Dr. Fauci. Yeah. So Jenner first. Jenner first, yeah. Anyways, okay, so 9/11 happens. Anthrax gets sent out from a terrorist in the mail. And then the Patriot Act is passed. Okay, so the Patriot Act obviously is like where we now have to go through all of the security at the airport. Like this is where our whole lives changed.
Right.
Before 9/11, life was grand. Travel was awesome. You guys probably don't remember, but it was amazing. And then post 9/11 and anthrax, everything changed. And this guy is basically going to say that anthrax was another fucking false flag and it never fucking happened. And it happened, but it wasn't a terrorist. It was the United States government. They create the problem. To create the problem, reaction, solution. Yeah. And the solution is the Patriot Act. And so basically the long and the short of it is most people in the world are good and the government's fucked. And Fauci was in that whole, he was part of that. That was, he's got, because see, up until that point, weapons were frowned upon. You were not meant to be doing research on this. He's also going to tell you about how, and I think we kind of knew this, but how the COVID virus was the bioweapon, not just the vaccine. The vaccine was part of the bioweapon, but the actual virus itself was the bioweapon as well. And that was created, we all know, in the lab. But there's just so much more to it than we even can fathom. Yeah. So I'm so excited to watch this. I cannot wait. I can't wait. It's going to be so good.
We could watch it tonight.
Yeah. I just can't wait. I'm just like so excited to watch it. But
I feel like there's like a list of documentaries you want to watch. So. Yeah.
Well, and then this Chaos book that I just read, it's about Charles Manson and the 60s and MK Ultra. And it's about this doctor called Jolly West. You haven't got to that part yet. So the first bit of the book is hard to get through for me. The first half of it was interesting, but more history than anything. And it's detailing the murders of Sharon Tate and the other, Roman Polanski wasn't murdered. It was his wife was Sharon Tate. Roman Polanski happened to be in England and he sent her home. She wanted to be there with him.
Right.
And he didn't want her there anymore. Okay. So he sent her home and had these fucking weird drug dealer guys staying with her. Okay. And I think Roman Polanski is part of this whole. I think there's more to Roman Polanski than meets the eye, because he also raped a 13-year-old girl prior to that. One of the actresses on one of his movie sets. So there's a whole lot about Roman Polanski that I think a lot of people already knew, because I do remember hearing about Roman Polanski in high school when I was doing Romeo and Juliet. There was my teacher talked about Roman Polanski and maybe how he wasn't so great, which was crazy. But I didn't understand it in any way, shape, or form, but now I do. But anyway, so long story long, basically the first half is just going over the Manson murders and what could have happened, what did happen. And then in the second half, you're going to learn about Charles Manson's constant in and out of the federal prison system, which is weird because normally it's on a state level. Okay. And he's always in these federal institutions, which is odd. And for someone like him that keeps getting imprisoned and then released, imprisoned and then released. And he's got this weird parole officer who works at University of California, Berkeley, which is where Jolly West eventually ends up after he leaves Oklahoma State. And so it's basically thought that he was MK Ultra'd into whether or not he committed the murders or whether he didn't commit the murders but went along with the plot. Same as like, say, a Lee Harvey Oswald. Now, this is the most fucked up part, is they actually connect the JFK murder and Charles Manson. Not like connect, but that there's a lot of similarities in the same players.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's really, really, really interesting. And then in the ending, I'll let you finish reading it before I say anything, but the ending's not, it's just fascinating to me because it shows me that if we're going to bring it back to today's time and what's the killer from New York, the CEO killer guy, Luigi Mangione. Okay. So it's like him. It's like, is this guy MK Ultra? Because you got this rich kid. Everyone's like, oh, we feel so bad for him. His mom was, fuck that. This guy's fucking loaded, comes from a rich family. So either he's MK Ultra'd or it doesn't make any sense. Because why would some rich kid care? It just doesn't make any sense. They're trying to say like his mom is sick but they're loaded. So who cares? She's not waiting for insurance to come through before she can get her treatments done. So anyway, MK Ultra is fucking alive and well. It's still going on. Every Hollywood actress, in my opinion, is a honeypot. They've all been sexually abused, most of them as kids. And when you're sexually abused as a kid, it can, if you don't have proper therapy, it's going to completely change who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. And I think that that Sharon Tate and going back to like Britney Spears, all of those people are honeypots, and all those actresses and singers were actually just meant to blackmail, to get these guys to come in, heads of state, princes, nobles, and fuck them, and then get them caught on video, and then have them to blackmail. It's all a honeypot.
That's
scheme.
all the Epstein
There's no
stuff.
such thing as Hollywood. The movies are just a byproduct of being able to blackmail everybody.
What's a honeypot?
A honeypot is like a hot girl that... so you have a lavish party, right? Mm-hmm. And you bring in all these hot girls, mm-hmm. and the hot girl seduces the guy, mm-hmm. and can get information out of them. So mm-hmm. they drug them with mm-hmm. LSD and all kinds of other substances to make them talk.
Oh. Okay,
so like basically Pierre Elliott Trudeau was honeypotted as well. I think that's in the book. And it talks about how this young girl that had to have sex with him was telling her boss after it was all done, I'm not the right person for this job. You need somebody that can be expendable, because he wants to kill somebody. That's his what do you call it? Fetish. He wants to actually kill somebody. That's his thing. So they would go back to their boss and give information to them about what they want, what they need, what they've done.
Right.
because ultimately MK Ultra was looking for a truth serum. They wanted to be able to get the truth out of people that have something important to tell.
Right.
Yeah. Fucking crazy. Anyway, I would really like to talk more about that. That's ultimately the only thing that I'm interested in.
Well, if you want, we got 30 minutes until an hour is done if you want to keep talking about that, and then we can go on to...
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll save it. It's just, that's what I'm interested in.
That's a whole episode on its own. Oh my gosh.
Is so diabolical, but I just think that this is like the whole world is basically a honeypot. Is literally.
Well, Hollywood, politics.
Yeah. But that's what turns my crank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our book selection is so vastly different. The books that you've read this year, so different.
I know, it's so true.
Like I was reading about menopause and working through A Course in Miracles.
Yeah.
And Dolores Cannon's books. Very different. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, anyway.
I love that about us, though.
Well, I think that's... I think it's boring if you're just on the same page about everything. Mm-hmm. What is there to... Mm-hmm. Like, some people would say, like, I'm argumentative, but I think it's not argumentative. It's just passionate. Like, if you're always just coexisting, what's the fun in that? Like, if you always just are on the same page, that gets boring. You know?
Yeah. Same. Yeah. To have the same interests all the time, doing the same things. There's no diversity. There's no change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah. Our conversations are always so vastly different. Mm-hmm. But that's good because it challenges us to grow and to learn.
Yeah.
Like what I would teach you is very different than what you teach me. Mm-hmm. Very different.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the honeypot and I didn't know about a lot of the corruptness in the world. Mm-hmm. But it's really opened my eyes. Like we have to be able to see both the dark and the light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, well, let's get back on track. So you wanted to talk more about today was reflections of our year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, reflections of 2024. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when we were talking about doing this to wrap up this year and to go into predictions for 2025, we were like, what all happened this past year? You know?
Yeah, so we were looking through our phones because that's the best way to see what you did was to look through your photos. And I'm really bad I hate my phone. One thing I have really done this year, which is not good for podcasting, is detached myself from social media and from my phone. I don't like to, I mean, I used to take pictures of everything. Now I'm just like, or end videos. I just like can't be fucking bothered because I think it's for my own self, not for everybody else. Do you know what I mean? Not to be like a dick, but like live your own fucking life. Like I'm not just documenting everything to show you what I'm doing.
We have so many moments here on the farm with our animals and just like
like I
comedy moments and beautiful moments. And we're like, oh, too bad we didn't video that. That would have been really great. But then we're like, that's just for us. Those moments are for us.
Like sometimes I just want to be here and enjoying things and not worrying about, what I'm seeing and what I'm documenting. And I mean, if I was you, it'd be different. It's your passion is documenting things, and that's great, but that's not mine. Mm-hmm. I'm not. I just don't care. Mm-hmm. I just don't care enough to document things. Like I can't be bothered. The other day, I got my tripod out to film milking, and I didn't even do it. I got it out, set it up, and then I was like, "Fuck it."
She really just needs you, Laura, to follow her around because there's so many moments every
if I could just win the lottery, I would just pay you whatever a month, and you would just have to move closer and just spend all day filming. I mean, it'd be fucking awesome. It really would, because that would be fun. I don't mind when you're filming me. I just don't want to film. It's just not like what I want to do. I can talk all day long.
You got stories for days.
But like, I just can't be bothered. But anyway, I was going through my phone looking at all the things. And then the first thing that I noticed of the year was the Great Wall.
Yeah.
And I can remember in December-ish of 2023, I can remember us three being in the sauna. And I can remember me and you being in the cold plunges. And I can just remember staring straight ahead. And when I look straight out my cold plunge, I see my infamous neighbor's yard. We only have one close neighbor here. And I'm forever looking into their yard. And they're forever looking into mine. And I just was envisioning this wall. Like I had to have a fence. I had to have privacy. It was driving me fucking crazy. And then as luck would have it, the cuntiness came out, not from me. And it was a perfect
You
storm.
manifested that.
It was a perfect storm
100%.
because it's the day that we moved in. We wanted to put a fence up. The neighbors didn't want a fence. We were cordial about it and said, okay. And then, it was a perfect storm and the fence came.
Very quickly after that.
And I was sitting in the cold plunge and I was just, every time I sat in that cold plunge, I would manifest and visualize what was that going to look like? How was I going to do it? Because it's a weird hill elevation. So I was just, how am I going to do it? I need to do this. And then it's done. And now I'm sitting in the cold plunge, December 2024, and I just see fence and beautiful limestone. And it's a blessing because I am so much happier than I was. And that fence, I did that all on my own. And it's giant. And
it's the Great Wall of Beachville.
Yeah.
It really is.
Anyway, so that was one of my favorite accomplishments because it created peace for me, but it also is way better for our situation with your business, privacy,
way more privacy,
which we desperately needed. So the Great Wall was something that had to happen, and then it did.
This is what I love about how we live and how we see things is that we start to visualize and we start to create it and we start to draw it out and talk about it. And literally we're manifesting it as we go, right? And then, okay, we got money for that. Let's put that aside. Okay, we got the right person. Here's the contact for the limestone. Great. Everything just starts lining up because we're starting to move that dream into fruition. And then here we are just enjoying it.
Yeah, our limestone came right from our quarry, right from here, which was really cool. Yeah. So it's all local.
Directly from the quarry.
Yeah. So that was really neat. Some of the other things that I was looking at was, we had the loss of the chicks in March of last year. And that was a big lesson. Why did I think I needed to, it was like I had this thing where once spring was going to be here, I needed the chickens. I needed to get the chickens going.
We felt rushed and needed to be ahead of schedule and to coordinate everything. And it was a big lesson on, we don't really have to do that. We can, everything's perfectly timed. We just follow the seasons.
Yeah.
Right. We don't need to rush. We don't need to take on more than we can chew. And it was a hard lesson because we lost a lot of chicks.
It was too cold and the power went out and
not a lot.
And that
survived.
Was really tough. But then it was a good lesson. Why did you do this at such a time when it would be risky, right? That, and I also had the barn rewired, and now we have better circuitry, and they're able to carry the load of heat lamps. Which nobody thinks about. I never in a million years would have thought, am I putting too much amps into this circuit? That never would have crossed my mind. So now we've
it's like the Griswolds.
Totally. Now we really could do that and have way more than enough power. But so we upgraded our power in the barn, and so that regardless of whenever we choose to do chickens, that would never happen again.
And we're going to flow with the seasons better. We're not going to try to force certain outcomes and be stressed with it. This year was a really great learning curve because even with our garden, our garden is so big and we grow so much food that it's this is now too much food. That's so much work with harvesting.
That was another big lesson in the garden is too much of the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Back to basics. We're already almost out of onions.
Right.
So we need way more fucking onions, way more potatoes.
More garlic.
We have a lot of garlic left. I think.
No, but to reseed.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. More carrots. And then less fucking, who the fuck wants beets and
Radishes.
Like, I never even ate one. Who the fuck wants to eat a radish?
No one. They're still in the ground.
Yeah, like, what a waste. What else was a waste? Not a waste, but
I did a lot of flowers, like medicinal flowers, which I don't think I'll do like that again. I think we're kind of just narrowing our focus. Like we've expanded, and then it's like, whoa, too much. How can we narrow our focus, and what do we actually want? And this year we also used our greenhouse for the first time, so that was pretty cool because we're learning how to work with the greenhouse and the heat control and
what grows in it.
Yeah,
like peppers, not a good idea.
No.
What about the cow?
Mary Lou. Mabel came the end of July.
Yeah. So that's a whole other one right there.
You learned. So we get this cow, and it's her first babe. She's never been milked before, and she's not really handled by people. So we get this cow for milking, and we've never milked. We don't know what we're doing. This cow doesn't know what it's doing with us, and we're at a certain point. I remember just going like, I don't know how I'm going to milk this cow because she won't come near me. And we were like watching videos and thinking, traditional agriculture, they break the animal, right? They'll pull it.
Someone told me that I was going to have to get a fucking harness on her, and I was going to have to drag her with the mule. That's what someone told me, that I was going to have to drag her with the mule and break her until she realized I was the boss. And I was like, look, I'm not doing that. Like,
that doesn't
I
feel
can't
right.
do that. There's no way in the world that I can do that.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I just can't do that.
You're breaking their spirit, right?
Like, I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah.
So instead, I just fucking bared down, and every single fucking day, without a day off, I got up and brought that fucking cow into the barn, coaxed her in, shake, 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 nah, nah, nah.
Used food, love, consistency, and a heck of a lot of patience.
And a lot of kicks. Took a lot of kicks. And a lot of kicks to the fucking knees, hands, gut. And then, there was a really good period in October, November was really good. I was getting consistently 1 to 2 liters a day. It was fantastic. It
was like gold. She come in. It was the most rewarding.
It was really good
feeling.
And now it's over.
Yeah, she's weaned. She's
no, I think
dried off.
It's come to an end, and I don't think that there's going to be more milk. It's like been a week and a half. It was just one day, all of a sudden, there was just no milk. And then one day I had a good day where I got a liter, and I was like, oh, okay, like maybe this is going to happen again. And then nothing. So I just think from talking to some people and doing some research that she's probably just her first calf. She's not going to produce for as long as she will on her second one, and she might just be done. So that sucks because we have a farmer that we order supplementary dairy from, and this was the first period that I didn't order because I was overwhelmed with milk, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. And then literally she stopped producing like the day that the delivery should have been, and I was like, fuck, right over Christmas I don't have any fucking dairy.
That's okay.
So, anyway, it's fine. But it's a learning curve.
It's surrendering to animals, and instead of trying to force consistency out of them, we're also and like the same with farming. Things can go great, things might not grow, animals might not work with you, or animals might not produce, or they might get sick, or something might happen. Like learning to be in a state of ebb and flow here on the farm, like surrendering to all the factors that involved has taught us so much around being able to be in a state of flow. And not trying to always force things.
I just thought of something. Do you think that my so for those of you that don't know, my weed production this year, something happened, and I didn't get any weed. Like we had a male that pollinated and fucked up all of our plants, and we had a massive storm in June, and there was a flood, and I associated my lack of production with the plants to the flood, but that wasn't the case. It was that they had been exposed to the male, And
that was my bad.
Yes, it was. But either way, I could have caught it faster, but I thought it was the flood that pushed back the growth, and in fact it wasn't. So, do you think that was some kind of universal thing that happened?
Probably, because everything happens for a reason.
Because all of a sudden, my weed intake is completely and listen, guys, you have no idea how much weed I got last year, and it's gone, like gone. I went through. Yes, I sell it to the odd. I have a couple of really good friends that I sell quite a bit of weed to, and that's great. But I smoked a lot of fucking weed. Okay, and it's gone. So all of a sudden, though, I'm like off of weed, and I have no weed. It's weird, right?
I don't know. I mean, there's no coincidences.
Isn't that fucked?
That's it's pretty interesting.
And then the other thing with the cows, though, was the insemination. That was a real fuck up, and that I have to take full responsibility for that, because the first time that the AI came to do it, she broke free from her stanchion and decided that she would rather run through the electric fence than to be in the barn
rodeo here
with us.
Yeah,
and ran to the back 7 acres. I had to chase her in the mule, rein her back in.
And then we tried it again the next day.
We tried it again the next day. It didn't work because it's like a 36-hour window, and we missed it.
Yeah.
And then the next month, the lady said, if it didn't take, this is the day that you're going to notice. And we did. We did notice. And the guy was coming the next morning, and I canceled because I was too afraid. I was 100% too afraid. I did not want to go through what I'd already been through. Yeah. And I had made some progress in September with our relationship. And I was afraid that bringing him back in was going to
prevent her from coming back into the
push
barn
me back
and trusting. Yeah.
So I opted to believe that my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ was going to make sure that she was pregnant. And that I was wrong, and it wasn't her any heat. It was Daisy or the little one, Mary Lou. But I was obviously wrong, and I hoped and hoped and hoped and prayed that she was pregnant. But there's absolutely no way that she's pregnant at this point. So now I really fucked us, because basically we have to wait until next August, July, August, to get her done again, because you don't want a calf in the fall. You want a calf in April, May, so that they have a pasture to be out on, so that they have warm weather. I mean, you can calf in the summer, like late summer, but do you want all the flies? Do you want, right? Because then if you wait until July, August, it's going to be nasty. And if you wait until, October, then they're cold. It's cold for them. So you ideally want to get them pregnant in August and then have them calf in the spring. So,
well, I don't know. Everything happens for a reason. I'm not really concerned about it, because I think next year we're gonna get both of our cows pregnant, and then we'll have 2 calves.
But now we're almost
surplus
2 years
of milk.
But now we're 2 years away from milk, though.
Well,
right?
It is what it is.
We are.
Yeah.
Because we're 10 months in 10 months. What's the word? I can't think of.
Gestation.
And then we still have to wait another 7 months now to get her pregnant. So anyway, it is what it is, but.
How about the bees?
Yeah, this is our first year with beekeeping for Jess, and a lot of lessons with beekeeping.
Although I had a more productive bee year than I did a lot of other things, because we ended up getting 2.5 gallons of honey, which was pretty awesome.
One hive. Just from one hive.
We had 2 hives, but one didn't do as well as the other. So we left all the store for the bees over the winter. And the hive that did really well, we were able to take, it had to be 50 pounds of honey and get the 2.5 gallons, which would be more than enough for us. And we were able to give, a good chunk of it as gifts. As well. Yeah. So that was really awesome. Takeaways from that, where a hat, a face covering all the time.
You had some really nasty stings. And the one big takeaway that I actually took I learned 2 big lessons with the bees. Number 1, do not take Benadryl because it delays, it slows down your body's natural response to heal itself, and it prolonged your swelling and illness after. Whereas when we've just supported the body's natural histamine process, you recovered so much faster. And number 2, the bees, we have them stationed in our large garden by our greenhouse, and they tell us when to get the fuck out of the garden and when they're okay with us in there. So we had your dad here gardening, and he overextended himself in the garden. He was tired, getting stressed, and I was like, you got to go. The bees are now swarming. They're not happy. They can feel your energy. It's time to get out.
It's so true.
They chased him all the way out until he left. And I was like, they said, you're enough. Yeah. So like learning to work with them.
Yeah.
And, we grow a lot of flowers for them. And like we're learning to just work with nature more. Yeah. And to listen to them. They're so brilliant.
I think that actually right out in front of where the bees are, that should be where we do just sunflowers.
Yeah.
That whole area should just be sunflowers. Yeah. Because it was too low for weed, right? If it does flood out, then that's where it's going to sit. And sunflowers don't go until the fall anyway, so they have more time to dry. And so I think we should just do literally that spot there should just be all sunflowers.
I love it.
What about Abby starting high school?
Yeah, so she had her graduation from grade 8, and I had one of the most amazing mom moments with her shopping for her grad dress.
Her very expensive.
It was worth it. It was so beautiful. The whole experience of dress shopping with her was so beautiful. I cried in the dressing room with her, but it was it was just such it was like a rite of passage for her and for me as one of her moms. Because that was an important part for me to be part of with her.
And I was grateful because I didn't want to.
Like
I felt like a total guy. It was so weird. I was like sitting at in the seating area
with her dad shooting the shit.
Yeah, and I was just like, can this be over? Like I was just not into it at all. It was just very like, oh God.
Yeah.
Jess had her first Aya in January 2020.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Almost a full year ago, Jess sat with ayahuasca for the first time here on our farm. Yeah. It was beautiful. Beautiful ceremony.
Yeah.
We had the eclipse happen here.
There was a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
I went through menopause.
Yeah, you did.
I went through my rite of passage.
I feel like, with all due respect, you've been going through menopause since the day that I met you, which is true.
Well, that's different. I was in perimenopause, but now I've fully transitioned. Yes. Now I'm postmenopause. But that was a huge learning curve for me because we also didn't know what the F was going on.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is the modern medical industry is so fucking retarded that how many times did people tell us and you that you weren't in menopause, that it was impossible for you to be in menopause? And if we had have
trusted our instincts and trust what our body's actually doing is always a healing response. Yeah. The moment I surrendered and embraced and said, okay, I started painting, I started pottery. Like it just kind of, this creativity just exploded out of me. And it's just been, I'm learning a lot, like with the hot flashes, I'm learning so much more about myself. And it's part of that rite of passage, the transition that women take. And I don't think we talk enough about that. And now we can support other women in the perimenopause journey. Yeah.
Which is where I am right now, I guess. Or am I?
You got to track your cycle. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I still get my period every month, so maybe I'm not then.
I don't think you are.
I don't have one fucking gray hair, so I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah.
I'm 40. I don't even know. Am I 43?
Yeah.
I'm 43. I don't have a gray hair. So.
Yeah.
But I do feel, I'm at a point now where I find that there's something interesting going on, which is when people get old and they say that they still feel the same on the inside, but they don't match what they see on the outside. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like I'm visibly getting older, but I don't feel like I'm getting older.
It's because your spirit's not aging like your vessel is.
I know, but that's the weird thing.
And it's becoming more obvious.
Right? Because you're still young. You're still, 37? Mm-hmm. So, in my opinion, 37 and 43 are very fucking different. Like, very different. What I felt at 37 to what I feel now is like night and day. Mm-hmm. It is truly it's truly different. So I feel like that's interesting because I'm starting to understand that, like, I feel bad for, and women too, like, because you've always been looked at in this very sexual manner, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. That's how you've been raising yourself, is your worth is based on how you look and how your attractiveness level is, and you're desirable. Are you desirable?
Yeah, and that's all our fertile years, right? Of like, that's attraction. Right. That's what we're.
So now all of a sudden I'm feeling that slipping away, and that feels very different for me.
It's interesting you say that because I feel the same way, but I don't. But it's not in the same.
Yeah, you were just gonna say it. I don't look it. That's literally what you were just.
No. What I've been.
She was just gonna say I get it, but I don't look it.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. But thank you.
Fucking Asians and blacks don't fucking age, and it's so annoying.
What I'm experiencing because of my transition, I don't feel the need to be in that provocative or that sexualized way. Like, I don't care.
I don't either. I'm clearly not. I'm just.
I know, but my body's being drawn to, what I've been called to is it feels different. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I'm in a kind of like a different vessel with different interests.
I got hit on last week by a 65-year-old man. And I thought, okay, this is perfect. This is like so fucking perfect. I was at the bakery in my Carhartt overalls, like my winter gear. And I was getting in my Jeep, and he said, "I love a woman in Carhartts. Nice overalls," or whatever. And I was just like, I'm flattered. Thank you. I was actually flattered. Like, thank you.
You get hit on way more in your work gear.
Yep.
Like men love you in your work gear. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get any of that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but going back to the school thing. So most of the listeners know Abby was homeschooled, and then so she wanted to go to high school. Fine. So that's that.
That's her choice.
But
yeah.
But I said I'm going to be involved, and so I joined the parent council at high school, and I'm giving those motherfuckers a run for their money. That's for damn sure.
We've been very involved.
Yeah. So I think that
it's good.
That's been really crazy to be jumping back into the school system. Right? Because we were removed during COVID and all this woke bullshit over the past 5 years. I haven't been involved. I've obviously been, vocal to a degree on social media. I'm seeing it. Other parents aren't seeing it. But I feel like now, I'm there and I'm saying what I'm seeing, and they're not used to that. So I think there's actually a lot of people that feel the way that we feel, but they're too afraid to say anything.
Oh yeah, nobody speaks their mind in the system like that. Even just at the parent council meeting, parents were all just quiet and just like, okay, like it's like we're back in class again, acting as students with a teacher.
Yeah. Next year, I'm taking over as president. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt. This year, I was a little bit like reserved. The gentleman that's the president, pretty well elected himself again this year, and I didn't want to like jump in too like aggressively. So when he nominated himself, I was just like, okay, well, I'll let you have one more year, old timer, and then I'm fucking stepping in. So
I think you should be the commissioner. If they can hire a commissioner to...
I don't want to be the commissioner. Can you imagine?
You would whip that school into shape.
Anybody who went to John Paul remembers the commissioner at John Paul, and he was so funny. He fucking knew everything. Like I would pull in late and try and sneak my car because you couldn't park on property. There just wasn't enough parking. You'd have to park at Fanshawe College and then walk around. And he would know. He would be like, hey. Like you were just. He was so on top of everything. But anyway, it's kind of good to be back in the school system because now I can put my money where my mouth is, and it's not just about, well, not my fucking problem. I'm not there. I'm there, and I told the principal I can either be your best friend or your biggest fucking enemy. It's up to you how you choose to use me. But this is my stance. This is where I stand, and I'm never gonna let anything go or anything slide without telling you how I feel or how it is.
And he's been great. He's so open and very receptive and curious. And that's great because he's not getting defensive. He's not quick to shut you down. Like, he hears things out and then he reflects and he goes, actually, you know what? You're right. And he's made some adjustments because we're pointing out some real weird shit that's going on, like during the LGBTQ, like putting out sexualized content for all the kids. Like, he removed that when we're like, that's not appropriate for a Catholic school.
And how can you deny two dykes telling you that that's not appropriate? Right? I mean, how? You can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, there's been some racial things. It's just this woke culture is, I even said to him, Trump won. Woke is out. It's time to make changes. This shit's not going to fly anymore. People's eyes are open.
Yeah.
Trudeau's out. Poilievre's going to be in. And we want shit to go back. We want the 90s back.
And a better version of the 90s.
The 90s were great. What could be better than the 90s? Interest rates were low. Housing was low. Housing costs were reasonable. You could say fag and dyke. It wasn't offensive. Retard. What could be better? Cars could be better. The cars sucked in the 90s,
things can always be better. Things can always be better. And things, I think, are always going to get better. True. So let's go into the 2025 predictions, the astrological predictions. Not that I'm a huge astrologer, but I was doing a lot of research prior to this because we're also in the age of Aquarius now. So anyways, I'm going to just go over.
Did you just put your hair on the ground?
I did. I don't have a garbage can beside me.
Does anybody else have a pet peeve of people like grooming themselves and then releasing their hair onto the floor?
Look, my hair is crazy long and it's going to do what it's going to do. Okay.
She does it, or she has a pet peeve of it? She does it. Yeah.
And you probably stick your hair on the walls in the shower. Yeah,
Disgusting.
Because no. When you do that, then it dries, then it's easy to take off, and then it's not down the drain.
If you ever took it off of the wall, I would agree with you.
I took it off this morning.
Because we had company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Never.
Because you were going to shower
99 times like, out of 100 times, the hair is on the wall.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, 2025. Okay, this is really interesting. So if we add up the numbers, 2 plus 2 plus 5, we get 9. 9 is the number of chaos because it's the end. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then we go back to 1, 0. We go back through the numbers again. So it's the end of an era, the ending of something, and at the same time, the beginning of something.
It's the end of woke culture.
Yeah. There's going to be a huge shift with the woke culture being done. Mm-hmm. There's going to be big, massive changes with politics. Mm-hmm. We're going to see a lot of significant changes in our collective energy. Mm-hmm. And personally, we're also going to be going through a lot of great spiritual awakening, evolution, changing within ourselves, clearing out like the old versions of us, the old coping, the old patterns, the old thought patterns.
I'm already doing that, man.
I know. We've been on the precipice of a lot of this coming up because it's now starting to get cleared out.
Does this podcast in general already sound like I'm like better? Like I'm less high? Yeah. More focused?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. If anybody else notices, give us some feedback. That'd be great. So we have
generally pretty high.
The ending of things, and we always have the beginning at the same time. So we have a rebirth. Mm-hmm. We have new things coming through, creation is going to be on the rise. A lot of creativity going to be coming up. And also, because it's the age of the Aquarius, I'm going to refer to my notes for this. Pluto enters Aquarius. And this happened November 19th.
Okay.
And it stays in this sign for about 20 years.
Okay.
So whenever there's a new sign, a shift in signs, there's always like a big shift in the collective energy. So something big happens. 9/11 was a great example of a big shift. Okay. So I think prediction-wise, we're going to see that in our politics. We're going to see that in our political systems. Pluto and Aquarius are both focused on the collective good, equality, and innovation for all, which is really interesting. So there's going to be this huge shift with collective sharing, collective knowledge, collective good, like we the people, like it's going to be coming back to the power is in the people's hands. And Aquarius is an air sign. So air is all like our thoughts, our words.
Aquarius isn't water?
No, it's air. I thought it was water too. It's actually an air sign. Yeah. Danielle's like, yeah. So it's about our communication and our intellect. And this is also in combination with social media because it's all information sharing, right? And so collective knowledge is going to be shared even more so in this coming year.
Interesting.
Right? And that's really on par with what where my business is shifting because I'm working on all this online content to share to the world, all the knowledge that I've been building and how I've been living, my practice. And I'm hoping I'm working on building all these courses to put it all online so anybody can access all that information and resources. So there's going to be this collective shift of knowledge and being able to access more resources for people.
Do you think that's why they're trying to ban TikTok? Because of that?
Well, I mean, it makes sense. It's the same as why they tried to shut down X, right? Because that's one thing about the internet that I don't think that they expected because obviously you know that the internet was created by the U.S. military, right? Like that's who created it in the beginning. And I don't think that they foresaw the amount of regular people being able to access it and share. I think they saw it as a control mechanism that they would have.
Yeah, for power, right?
And we ended up being able to wiggle our way in and create social media, which has pros and cons, obviously.
Right.
But a big pro is, being able to share all kinds of truth. And if we didn't have social media during COVID, I mean, it would have been fucking crazy. If COVID happened in the 90s, it would have been crazy. Yeah. So bring back the 90s, but with today's technology, I guess, right? Because it would have been really, really crazy. I mean, it would be like every other, I'm also in the middle of this documentary called Europa, The Final Battle. And it's like a 10-part series and it goes like all through World War I, World War II. And basically, do you remember the Tucker Carlson episode where he had that historian on a while ago and he was talking about Winston Churchill and everybody was going crazy because it was kind of against the grain of what we've been taught about the wars? It's basically about that. And it's not saying that Hitler was good. Like, I don't want to say that, but there's more to the story than we all think we know.
Yep.
And I think that's, if they had more information other than the newspapers that are owned, even back then, by a handful of people, they have always been putting out what they want you to know.
Yes.
Since we have had basically any kind of written communication, it's been always what they want you to hear is what gets published.
Yes.
And so
that's why podcasting and social media, they're trying to control it. Yeah. And that's why it's always on. That's why it's on the rise.
Yeah.
And more people are turning to those avenues of information rather than traditional, like mainstream news.
Yeah.
because people have a thirst for more knowledge and alternative resources, and independent podcasting is where you're starting to hear alternative things.
The only problem with it now is it's just a saturated market now. It's just oversaturated.
It's saturated, but it's saturated to people's differing interests. Like I have a couple of different podcasts that I go to, one for spirituality, one for shamanism, one for homesteading, one for kind of like medicine work, like, and you have your different podcasts for different things. Like that's what's beautiful about it.
It's just too much though. Like I don't have enough, there's not enough time in the day to watch Europa, the final battle, to read, the MK, the Chaos book, to listen to, Joe Rogan puts out a podcast every 2 days, every 2-3 days. Tucker puts out a podcast every couple of days. There's just too much to listen to, you know what I mean?
Isn't that a wonderful thing though?
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying there's just so much information that it's hard to, and then you have to decipher in that grouping. I'm still not convinced that Tucker Carlson's not CIA, controlled opposition. I'm not. His dad was in the fucking CIA in the Project Mockingbird. Like he was.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So, I want to believe that he's just opened his eyes and realized that everything he thought he knew was a lie. I want to believe that, and I tend to. But I also have, me, I have this skepticism about me that I don't trust anybody. I have a very low level of trust for people.
I think that this year coming, though, is also going to be teaching us more about discernment and learning more of being able to follow our what resonates as truthful,
right? What
resonates as authentic for us, the information.
Yeah.
And there's going to be always psyops and distractions, and that's where we have to learn to listen to our gut instincts more.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be coming through, because when there's chaos, there's a lot of distractions, right? Yeah. And this is also there'll be toppling of various things, politics probably being the biggest one. Yeah. And because the age of Aquarius is all about collective energy, and the energy is going to be going back to the people will be in power rather than governed.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be, we're going to see a huge shift, but it's going to require a lot of people to stay very grounded and very focused on their path and where they need to go. And be able to discern what is truthful, what feels right versus what you're being told and what you think you should be following.
Yeah.
So it'll be a very interesting year. A lot of shedding of old layers of us and stepping into a stronger, more discernible self. And it's going to be great as far as collective energy, because we're going to be uniting more strongly as a result.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this was this past year and the one coming was a great year of guns for me. 2024 was the year of guns.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that 2025 is also the year of guns.
I hope it's a year of hunting.
If not 25, 26, because he probably needs some time to reverse the gun bans. And then as soon as they're reversed, I'm going to go buck wild.
With hunting.
Yes, and collecting.
And collecting. Good.
More.
Okay.
Handguns.
Yeah.
I want so much more.
I prefer this hobby over hockey. Way more.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is way better.
Me too.
Yeah. Because I want hides.
Yeah.
I want hides.
Yeah. Oh, that's a little thing we can touch on.
No, I think we've gone over time. I think
we can touch on, part of it could be, how do I say this? Timing is everything. And when your partner says no to something, that we should respect that.
Okay, it was a lesson on forcing.
Yes, not to force things.
Yeah, I wanted hides. And we had a friend in London who said they had deer hides. And Jess was not in the mood to go.
It started out as a deer hide. I'd literally just gotten my period that morning. And anybody who knows me knows that the day that I get my period, no bueno. Not a good day. This is a day for me This is a day for rest. This is a day for TV and couch. I need to have that time. And it was taken from me.
Lesson learned. Good thing I said no to the skull, right? Because I wanted to bring home the skull too.
By the way, she still has a box of bones in my shop that she hasn't touched in months. She put them in. It's always in my shop, never in hers.
Oh, that's the leg.
Yeah, well, it's a box of bones. Again, like I said.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. You have never worked on it. You sealed it up. You punched a hole in it.
Yeah, you gotta let it sit.
For how long? It's been in there for 3 or 4 months.
Not that long.
Yes, it has been.
I forgot.
I know, I haven't. I look at it every time. I'm like, get your fucking shit out of my zone.
This is part of the problem when you start to get too many hobbies.
Yeah.
That's a great problem to have. Yeah. Anyways, this was a great podcast. I hope you all had a wonderful 2024. Blessings to all of you. And let's go with 2025. Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Okay, well, actually, wait. I just want to give a shout out to our homegirl, Liz. Because you know what? If there's people out there that listen on a regular basis, I don't fucking hear from you. Okay? To those of you that do listen, it'd be really fucking nice if you gave a shout out to me. If you sent me a text or if you wrote us in our comment section, and you don't. But someone that does is my homegirl Liz, who I've known since the 80s, okay? And she always has nice things to say and enjoys our podcast, so I feel like she gets a well-deserved what up, homegirl? What up, homegirl? What up, East End? EOA! What's up?
We love you, Liz. Okay.
Okay, Happy New Year.
Okay.
And we'll chat soon.